What is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the Crawdad Lake. Today, we're doing another wonderful episode of Wattpad Read Alouds, featuring our final installment of the book Apotheosis, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals fanfic by ashowstoppinstarkid. I would like to thank ashowstoppinstarkid for letting me read their fic, and for the support, you followed me on Wattpad. I think this means we're friends now. Does pointy finger hand thing. Okay, I think I'm done laughing now. Today we're doing chapters 10 through 12. You could follow along with the links in the description, with a link to the author or a link to the fic itself. Thank you for listening, and let's begin. Chapter 10. All I Ask of You. Emma's point of view. Emma watched as Harry worked, absolutely stunned. It might be the fact that she was dying, but even doing science. Harry seemed even hotter than usual. She watched her mixing shit together, lighter held underneath. She remembered that much from science. Heat sped up reactions, and though Emma could barely remember what Harry was doing, she must knead it quickly. She remembered that it was something to save her. She was supposedly dying. She coughed up some blue shit. Yes. She was going by song and dance. Fan-fucking-tastic. She looked back over to Harriet. She remembered Harry with her hair in a tight braid. She looked so... well, it was so indescribable. Strict? Authoritative? In charge? All in a good way. Anyways, she'd look like that. Very dominant. But Emma preferred her now with her hair down. Emma wasn't usually one to think in metaphors, but it did work nicely. Her letting her hair down as they got closer. Well, technically, the professor taking her hair down. But the imagery was still nice. Harry was a goddess. From the angle that Emma was at, she could see light shining from behind her, which only added to the godlikeness. Emma started to consider the facts. This woman hadn't missed a shot yet. She was a warrior. She was smart as all get out, being a genius and shit, and Emma has never seen a woman more beautiful. With her perfectly proportionate features, her large eyes, her pouting lip, her button nose, long wispy hair that flowed behind her, and perfect hourglass figure, and a damn fine ass, all tied up with the sweetest personality. She genuinely did not seem to know how cool she was, like it hadn't got into her head. She was pretty adorable. Emma realized that she'd fallen head over heels for her right after she'd seen her with her family. She learned about the emotional depth of this woman, and her strength amidst circumstances. Emma sympathized with her. In a way, though Harry was larger than life in many senses, she related to her. Her inward struggle to fit in, to belong. She thought perhaps that maybe they belonged together. Now, that wasn't to say that she understood why she'd shot Paul. She still couldn't explain that. She'd love them both. But she'd supposed the time for Paul was over. That much had been evident. When he started using the same look she'd seen in his eyes while loving her as he did looking into Harry's. Before everything went to shit, Harry probably hadn't even noticed it. Emma didn't blame Paul, and Paul very evidently had still loved her, but he'd also been falling for Harry, who, in their right mind, wouldn't. Emma could hardly believe she'd actually had trouble fitting in. She believed that Harry was into her too. I mean, the girl could barely look her in the eye. Very constantly nervous while talking to her, and she was clearly jealous of Paul. Emma would never understand how she had garnered that kind of attention from a goddess like Harry. But she'd take it. It was adorable how she never addressed it. And whenever Emma tried to flirt with her, she got so flustered. Emma found it adorable. Yet another reason to love her. How are you feeling, Emma? Harry's voice broke her thoughts. Sick, she blurted out without thinking, immediately blushing. Sick? Harry chuckled. Oh, thank God she heard it wrong. Emma, love, you shouldn't feel more than sick. You're dying. Love sick, she repeated. Damn it, why had she gone and done that? She wasn't ready to own up to that. It was probably the fucking blue shit kicking in. Yeah, it must be weird without Paul now, Harry hummed in agreement. Oh, yeah, Paul. What's that supposed to mean? Harry asked. What? Emma replied. When you word it like that, it sounds like you weren't a lipstick for Paul, Harry told her. What if I wasn't? She teased. Oh God, she needed to stop herself. Well then, who in the world were you talking about? Harry quirked an eyebrow. Emma had always thought she looked adorable like that. Oh, I don't know, she giggled. You're long gone, Harry muttered under her breath, frantically working. You're getting delusional. Am I delusional? She asked. Or are you just blind? What in the hell is that supposed to mean? Harry looked unimpressed. Well, by now you should have... You should have seen who I'm in love with. Emma winked, stumbling over her words. She was inwardly cringing. Why was she doing this to herself? You're being very cryptic in the most adorable way, Harry chuckled. Emma could tell it was nervously. Now that you know, I need to stop talking when I'm confused. You find me adorable? Emma smirked. That's not what Harry groaned, flustered. Then what did you mean? She asked. I'm not honestly sure I know, Harry blushed. Hey, Harry? Emma sighed. Yeah? She asked. Have you ever been in love before? She asked. Good question, Harry sighed. The compound should be ready in 2 minutes. You're avoiding my question, Emma chuckled. She was dead on the inside listening to herself. She sounded like an idiot. You're dying and delusional, Harry laughed. So? Emma haphazardly attempted to shrug. Come on, tell me. I was shut in my house. When I was at school, I was 100% focused on getting out of school alive. No, I never had a crush. Harry sighed. Having a crush and being in love are very different things, Emma pointed out. God, Harry was right. She was being super cryptic, and Harry was also very oblivious. I mean, for a genius, she should have figured this out. All the hints were being dropped. Your point? Harry asked. Well, you didn't answer my question, Emma told her. I asked if you've ever been in love. Do you need a crush to be in love? Harry reasoned. Technically, no, Emma told her. Well, the answer is still no, I think, Harry sighed. I'd be very surprised if I have been. You're not sure? Emma quirked an eyebrow. That means you have been. It certainly doesn't, Harry groaned. Why are you asking me this? Because I'm in love, she exclaimed. With who? Harry snapped. I was obviously done with the beating around the bushes. And with that, Emma's stomach filled with dread as music started to play. Oh, God. So the hive mind did have partial control. She was convinced that she couldn't be the one in control of herself during that conversation. She'd been a blubbering fool. A lovesick, needy bitch. She took a breath. She hated singing. Have you ever just lit up when someone walked into a room? Have you ever closed your eyes and seen them there and felt your heart go boom? Emma started. Have you ever waited hours for a call? Have you promised someone that you would be with them through it all? Have you ever melted just from a smile? That's love, Harry. Why does this sound like a romantic duet? Harry sang uneasily. Have you ever cared more for someone than you did yourself? Have you sacrificed something you wanted for someone else? Has someone been the light of your entire life? Emma sang. Is there someone who can't help but smile for, and who makes you forget all your strife? I've got you, they both sang. You're enough for me, you know what I'm going through, and for right now, you're all I can see, and that's alright by me. You are my... Emma started before being cut off. I've never really gotten the chance to love anyone. I mean, there's Uncle Henry, or my gun, and I acknowledge that's not healthy, Harry sang over Emma. But I never really questioned it till now. Right now. Emma backed her up. It probably doesn't matter anyhow, Harriet finished. I've got you, they both sang. You're enough for me. You know what I'm going through, and for right now, you're all I can see. That's alright by me. Maybe. Have you thought we were meant to be together? Emma sang. Emma, you know you're my best friend forever. Harry smiled. You light up my life. You're the light of my life. Emma rephrased it, noticing Harriet was now sitting close to her. You're the light of my life, Harry repeated. Light up my life. Both of them sang as the music died down a little. Emma decided that be bad with the excuse that she could blame it on dying and being delusional. She leaned in for a kiss, only to find her lips meeting a hand. What the hell? Harry asked. I thought you... Emma started. No! Harry laughed. God, no. I'm sorry. I should have been more... A second earlier, just coming out of something I've literally never done. Uncle Henry figured it out on his own. Harry, if you were gay in any way, shape, or form, I'd still be a viable candidate, Emma pointed out, a little hurt. What the hell was going on? Had she been misreading things? Yes, but I'm not gay, Harry soothed her. I'm ace. What about those boys you kissed? Emma asked, incredulously. Believe me, not enjoyable, Harry shuddered. I find the concept of kissing revolting, hence why I stopped you. Why the hell did you say you didn't know if you'd ever been in love? You're fucking aromantic. Of course you've never been in love. Just my fucking luck. Emma groaned. This was embarrassing. She looked dumb now, and felt awful. You've been fucking leading me on. Have I? Harriet asked. She looked genuinely clueless. Don't pretend you haven't been flirting with me, Emma scoffed. she had enough. Or trying to make me jealous. I have? Harriet went wide-eyed. Oh, shit. She'd broken her. You genuinely had no clue, Emma chuckled sadly. How the hell is that even possible? I'm awful with social cues, Harriet stammered. You can say that again, Emma scoffed, still a little hurt. Great. There went those chances. That's a whole new level of obvious. And here I was thinking you were a genius. I am, Harriet protested. Really? Because you've got to be real fucking dumb to lead someone on that hard without knowing it. Emma spat, still bitter. I'm not dumb. Harry's eyes filled with tears. You're turning out to be just like everyone else. Yeah? Emma asked, unsympathetic. Did you lead them on to? Emma, I'm sorry. I genuinely didn't know. But the social cues thing isn't my fault, Harry pleaded. Oh, God, I didn't want to tell you because it was nice having you treat me like a normal human being. Now I've got to fucking change that. What are you, a robot? Emma scoffed, still not getting it. I'm autistic, Harry snapped. There, are you happy? I'm autistic. And I didn't want to tell you because there's a stigma that comes with that. And I value you as a friend, and I didn't want you seeing me that way. But I had to go and fuck that up, didn't I? Oh, Harry, I'm sorry. Emma breathed. She knew about autism, quite a lot actually. One of her close friends from high school had been highly functioning autistic. She was an amazing person, but like Harry, she wasn't the most socially conscious, and it ended up getting her into situations very similar to this one, often with boys who, when they found out what she was, would mock her and ridicule her. Everything was starting to fall into place. The lack of eye contact, discomfort in social situations, bluntness, general disapproval of physical contact. Emma felt very guilty for being so pissed now. Take the goddamn compound, Harry grumbled, almost shoving it to her. Thanks, Emma mumbled, downing it quickly, grimacing at its taste. Fucking gross. Did I lead you on with that too? Harry sighed, eyes puffy, tears running down her face. Emma felt another pang in her guilt. Well, I understand now, Emma mumbled again, ashamed. Well, how could you? Harry laughed sarcastically. How could I expect you to? God, I should have just been up front. I understand why you weren't. How you feel, Emma told her. Oh yeah? Harry chuckled. One of my best friends in high school was autistic, Emma told her. I had to witness her go through very similar situations to this. Not understanding something, getting confronted, and then getting mocked for what she was. You were scared that I'd mock you. I would have been too. Look. Long story short. No hard feelings? Really? Harry asked. You're just letting go? I've got you, Emma sang. You're enough for me. You know what I'm going through. And for right now, you're all I can see, and that's alright by me. Then I guess that's alright by me. Harry sighed, a soft smile on her lips. It feels better with you knowing now. I guess so, Emma smiled back. How are you feeling? Harry asked her. A hell lot better, Emma replied after a moment of chucking herself over. The effects were working rapidly. Harry, you're a literal lifesaver. Oh, you're only finding this out now? Harry quirked an eyebrow, smirking. Well, no, Emma chuckled, getting up. Surprisingly, she had no trouble coordinating herself. Come on, it's time to do what we came here for, Harriet sighed. I can't believe we're here. I know, it's kind of surreal after the shit we've been through, Emma agreed. Not so fast. A woman in a lab coat appeared seemingly from thin air behind him. Holy fucking shit, Emma jumped. My name is Linda. I'm an astrobiochemist assigned to the meteor, she introduced. She then rapidly pulled a gun from under her coat and pointed it to Harry's forehead. And I'm not taking any chances. Chapter 11. No control. Harriet's point of view. Harriet raised her hands up in the air quickly, panicking. God fucking damn it. Couldn't this just be easy? One of the researchers had survived, and that meant they had a very trigger-happy, high-alert woman with guns on her hands. Harriet was breathing very slowly, trying to compose herself so that she didn't lose her shit on this woman. She knew that she would inevitably result in her death. Emma, on the other hand, was not having it, apparently. Emma pulled out her own gun very quickly before Harriet could object. Harriet shook her head in disapproval, holding back her chuckles that were threatening to escape. Emma may not be a bitch, but she was very becoming dumb with courage. Get that fucking gun pointed away from my friend, Emma growled, or I will blow your brains out. Emma, Harriet soothed. Who are you two? Linda asked, still on edge. I'm Dr. Harriet Hidgens, Harriet introduced in a calming voice as she could. My friend is Emma Perkins, a barista. We're also survivors. Then why the hell are you here? Linda asked, lowering the gun a little uncertainly. I have a device that will kill the Apotheosis, Harry told her. What kind of doctor are you? Linda asked, lowering her gun. I have multiple doctorates, but I specialize in biotech, Harry told her. You developed a way to kill him? Linda asked, gun down. Not the people. The alien virus infecting them, Harriet clarified. Are you even out of high school? The woman asked Harriet, the gun now hanging at her side. Jesus Christ, Harriet huffed. I'm 22. You shouldn't have even graduated yet, Linda pointed out. She's a genius, Emma backed Harriet, lowering her gun. Hence how she's saving the world. What is this? Linda asked Harriet. The device? Harriet clarified. Well, yeah, Linda nodded. Mass diffuser with a compound in it specifically designed to kill them, Harriet told her. I've been studying them for months. I got access to the blue shit they oozed early on in the Apotheosis. Why do you keep calling it Apotheosis? The woman asked. That's what they call it, Harriet shrugged. What exactly is? Linda asked. You ask a lot of questions, Emma groaned. Look, we're good, so don't get in our fucking way and we can end this. Easy, Emma, Harriet chided. You're not getting into that theater anytime soon. Linda chuckled in an instant change of tone. Why not? Harriet asked. Because I'm not one of them. But I am their friend, Linda smirked. Excuse me? Emma quirked an eyebrow. Linda Monroe, president of the Hatchetfield Boating Society? The woman stuck out her hand. Neither Emma nor Harriet took it, just exchanging a look of confusion. I was an investigator in a research group, given that I barely got out of this whole catastrophe alive. They all got infected while I was flying in from my safe house in the Bahamas. Once I got here, I had a civil talk with the hive, and we've come to an agreement. What kind of agreement? Harriet asked. I make sure you don't make it into the theater in the next hour, and I get to be their queen. Linda smirked. Wait, why are you in a lab coat if you're not a scientist? Harriet asked. I was stalling, so I decided to use a disguise to trick you, Linda chuckled. Evidently that didn't work, Harriet scoffed. Oh, I get bored easily, Linda shrugged. But I bet you didn't see this coming. I thought you were supposed to be a genius. We have guns, Emma laughed. And so do I, Linda countered. Of course you do, Harriet rolled her eyes. Assuming you do. We still have Harriet, Emma smirked. What's Harriet going to do? Linda asked before Harriet threw a knife that lodged directly beside where Linda's head would be if she had been where she was against the wall. Well, shit. Shit indeed, Emma chuckled. Listen, Linda, that's the easiest, least painful way I could end you, Harriet told her, looking her dead in the eyes before lowering her gaze. You want to live, don't you? I do, she told them. I want to live. And I want to be adored. That sounded suspiciously like the tagline for a song, Harriet blinked before moving on. We'd like to live as well, so if you just... I wasn't finished, Linda hushed. Bitch, Harriet scoffed under her breath. You may have your impressive little knife tricks, Harriet, but I have people who will be ready at my whim to end you. A checkmate. Linda chuckled maliciously. Harriet hadn't even clued in to the fact that they were playing a little game of mental chess, and she chastised herself internally for that. She would have known better. She was brought back to her senses by Linda clapping. Boys, I need your help. Immediately, a line of strong agent men lined up behind her. I thought there was a research team, Emma blinked in confusion. They had a security detail assigned to keep them safe, Linda clarified. Only the best for my people. You're almost sickening. You know that? Harriet asked, backing away slowly. Who in their right mind would make a deal with these things? These ladies giving you trouble, she told the men. Get rid of them. Yes, ma'am, the men nodded, advancing. Harriet pulled out her shotgun and tried to shoot. No bullets. Shit! Harriet's eyes widened. Emma, pass me your gun. It's gone, Emma replied wide-eyed. Harriet tried to grab the knife, but by the time she got her hand to it, she was already pinned on the ground, face flat against the concrete. Emma was in the same position, looking terrified. Harriet sighed. How could she have not seen this coming? Linda seemed too good to be true at the beginning. A hard, strong woman, but with every word she said, her image crumbled a little. Harriet sighed, and took what she was due for being an idiot. We still have Harriet, huh? What have you got to say for yourself now, barista? Linda laughed, doing that corny air quotations thing that drove Harriet absolutely mad. You two are adorable with your notion of power. Just because you made it this far doesn't mean you'll make it to the end. You think these men can stop the inevitable? Harriet scoffed. What, pray tell, do you consider to be inevitable? Linda quirked an eyebrow, amused. The end, Harriet smirked. Linda, this is a musical cycle. It has to finish somewhere. In fact, the only reason it isn't finished yet is because they left the last installment on a cliffhanger. You think that they'll be making you queen before they end this? Sweetheart, they wouldn't be convenient for them. You'll never be queen of the hive. What, not true, she fumed. Music started playing in the background, the very Chicago-esque minor piano repeated chords, type of backing that indicated a very glamorous villain. I was made to be worshipped, and that Hive promised me that I would be. They can't fulfill that, Harriet told her. Well, I suppose they can, but they won't. It's not in their nature. Don't go talking shit about my friends in high places. I don't care if they're from Earth or outer space. They give me what I want, what I crave, what I need, and all I gotta do is simply heed their creed. Linda started. In all my fancy success, it was not about money. I never needed help finding the land of milk and honey. In my soul there's a fire, there's a flame growing bright, and I will not need to stop until I light up the night. She lights up the night. The guards backed her up. I will burn brighter than the merest star. I want it all, and no one can stop me from getting that far. She belted out. I will rule the world, and no one will tell me what to do. I like the sound of Queen Linda Monroe, do you? Ooh. The men backed her, leaving Emma and Harriet unattended. They got up, they brushed themselves off, but Harriet found herself too mesmerized to leave. So tell me, Harriet, Emma, how do you think you could stand in my way? How could you bring me down when I've flown so goddamn high? There's a time and a place for everything, and today is my day. You want to take my glory? I'd like to see you try. Go ahead and try. The guards backed her. You got some nerve showing up on my turf, demanding that they leave. They may be bad, but you learn to look past it and begin to believe that life is safer in the hive. The world is safer in the hive. Say goodbye to everything crummy. The choice is clear now. Don't be a dummy. She sang quietly. Harriet, prove you're not a dummy. I mean, there's plenty of ways I could do that where I do come out alive, like my doctorates, Harriet pointed out, scoffing. So that's a solid pass for me. Fool child, Linda laughed. Fine, suffer the consequences of your insolence. With that, the men kicked Emma to the ground and started to kick her, beating her badly. Wait, no! Harriet screamed as Linda cracked. I will burn brighter than any mere star. I want it all, and no one can stop me from getting that far. She belted out in a new key, a semitone up. I will rule the world, and no one will tell me what to do. I have the sound of Queen Linda Monroe, do you? Baby, don't you? Queen, 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 and I'm a killer. What do you think, doll? And with that, the music ended and Linda slunk off with her men, cackling as she went. Harriet rushed to Emma's side. She was still breathing, which was a good sign. In fact, it looked like all of Emma's bones were intact. Linda's guards had to be very weak, then, despite looking very buff. A good thing for her and Emma if they need to fight those guards presented itself. The worst damage done to Emma was bruising. Harriet chuckled in relief. They managed to scrape, though. Thank God, she breathed. What, are you happy I got hurt? Emma groaned. En contraire, I'm glad you're safe, Harriet smiled. Harry, no offense, but I'm not feeling the safety, Emma chuckled. Are you dead? Harriet retorted. She waited for a moment, waiting for Emma to respond before cutting back in herself. Didn't think so. Granted, Emma sighed. I could be much worse, but I feel like crap. Can you walk? Harriet asked. Yeah, I'm fine to walk, Emma sighed, getting up to walk. Time to kick ass? From a distance, Harriet smirked. Watch this. It's a trick I learned in a spy novel. Oh boy, Emma rolled her eyes. Harriet took out enough throwing knives to kill all the guards and Linda, and slunk around the corner, discreetly spotting them. She took a breath and rapidly threw all the knives, somehow lodging them in the hearts of their intended victims. She watched each man clutch for the knife in his chest before blood spattered everywhere. They fell to the ground, finishing with none other than the Queen Bee herself, Miss Linda Monroe. She smirked smugly, leaving her knives in them for now, in case Death decided not to take for them. Sorry, Linda, Harriet chuckled slowly. You fucking bitch. Man, that was epic, Emma cheered. How the fuck did you do that? It's all about angle, Harriet told her. Standing in the precise spot you must, not only to hide yourself, but to have easy access to throw it at any or all members of the group you intend to kill from. It's an art. It takes a bit of math, but if you nail it, you get an easy walk away like we're about to get. Do you mean... Emma trailed. It's time, Harriet nodded, opening the door and stepping over the bodies into the theater. The air was thick with its spores, and Harriet was on the verge of being sick. She walked down to the very front of the theater, observing the empty seats in front of her. It filled her with some sort of longing for a spotlight. To be on stage and adored by millions, much like her uncle. She had always loved the rush of performing live. There was nothing quite like it. It was almost like a drug. She left itching for her next fix. She turned behind her to see Emma following, almost directly in her footsteps. Whereas Harriet was infinitely at peace with the place, Emma looked terrified. Harriet could understand why. This was it. The end of the road, and if they fucked this up, there was a good chance she died a horrible death. Not exactly a concept most people love. Harriet wanted to give her a reassuring pat, telling her everything would be all right, but she knew for a fact that the definition of all right was very different from Emma's. They finally got down to the front. This is it, Emma breathed. We made it. We won. Indeed we did, Harriet smirked, grabbing the device out of the satchel and climbing the stairs to the stage. Emma, come with me. I want you to do the honors. Oh, shit, all right, Emma chuckled, climbing the stairs after Harriet. Harriet approached the meteor cautiously, doing a final check of the device. All systems were go. This was it. The culmination of Harriet's entire plan. Our hopes and dreams, they led to this precise moment. She took a deep breath and placed the device in the crater on the meter, smiling. Press the button. What, the red one? No, the green one, Harriet rolled her eyes. Yes, the red one. Do you see any other button on there? Jesus, Harriet, calm yourself, Harriet laughed. I apologize, I'm on edge, Harriet sighed. This is everything I've ever wanted, and I'm glad I got to be a part of it. Emma smiled softly before pushing the button. There! It's fine. We're free! With that, the doors burst open and the theater began to fill with people, obviously inflicted already. The people walked up to the theater, advancing slowly. This included everything ranging from full peep squadrons, schools of children, the Toy Zone employees, the office workers, the baristas, almost every single living person in Hatchetfield. Yes, Harry whispered. Harry, what's going on? Emma panicked. It's working. If this is it working, I'm pretty sure it's broken, Emma told her. Au contraire, it's doing exactly what it should, Harriet assured her. Shouldn't people be passing out or something, getting rid of their apotheosis? Emma asked. You know, Emma, that's a very good question you've asked in our time together, Harriet remarked, completely calm. What do you mean? Emma scoffed. I've asked plenty of excellent questions. I think of one big one you missed, Harriet tutted. What's that? Emma asked. Harriet paused for a moment before a wicked smirk crawled on her face. What exactly my definition of saving the world entailed. Chapter 12, Inevitable. A quick warning that this chapter may contain warnings for Black Friday and Nightmare Time Episode 3, so if you have not watched or would like to watch those before continuing, please do. They're really good, but if you don't care or already seen them, hope you enjoy the rest of the book. What do you mean? Emma shuddered. You said you were going to kill the Apotheosis. And I will, Harry chuckled, but I think you mistook my terminology and thought I was referring to the hive. What's the hive? Emma asked. The collective mind controlling everyone, Harriet explained. Then what's the Apotheosis? Emma asked. Don't jump the gun. This is my musical, and I'll get my villainous monologue, Harriet snapped. Jesus Christ, Emma muttered. You always thought my headpiece was like yours, didn't you? She chuckled. It never was. My headpiece blocked them out, sure, because it controlled them. That's right, I'm temporarily controlling them like this. I've been the entire time. Uncle Henry got a tip-off from an interdimensional friend of his, and of exactly when the meteor would fall. And we had the device ready. Now, originally, the plan was to have him control it, to become the king of the hive, but the hive was very particular on who they want leading them. And they wanted a queen. So Uncle Henry surrendered and gave me the headpiece. I chose that I wanted this to be a musical. I created the plots, both of them. I handpicked our leading players. The only blip on my plan was you. I chose a dumb barista as the romantic interest because I knew she wouldn't escape. Except she did. How the fuck did you do that, Emma? No, she whimpered. I also chose the name for this event. I could have been stereotypical and gone with apocalypse, but I didn't. I chose Apotheosis. Do you have the faintest notion of what that word means, Emma? Harriet asked. I thought it meant apocalypse, she admitted. No, Harriet tutted. The Apotheosis is an ascension to the divine, Emma, and when I said I'd kill the Apotheosis, I meant it. I would end the Apotheosis because, surprisingly enough, there's only 2 people left untaken. What? Emma's eyes widened. After the initial outbreak, the president was brought to examine the remains. He was taken by us. He spread it to his senior officials, and then to the other world leaders. You could see where that led, can't you? Now there's just you and I, Emma. Harriet smirked. But what about... Emma started. The heartfelt moments between you and I, or between my uncle and I, staged. I'm an actress, sweetie. The uninfected people we met, handpicked. I was in control of everything. There was not one thing that happened that I hadn't preordained. She laughed. I know it's a lot to wrap your little head around, given that I am such a spectacular actress, but I'm not your friend, Emma. I never was. I'm the bad guy. I can't believe it, she muttered. You lied to me this entire time? Manipulated me? Are you even autistic? Or aroace? Or are those just lies you told to justify your cruel, manipulative nature of my heart. Okay, that genuinely was not expecting, Harriet admitted. I am both, indeed, of those things. For that much I apologize. That would have been low of me, had I actually known I was doing it. I don't know whether to believe you, Emma shuddered, noticing that the hive had stopped advancing. So, why are you doing this? Well, my uncle already gave you a few good reasons. World peace, prosperity for all. She sighed. But also, what if you had the chance to make the world exactly what you wanted it to be? Would you take it? Not like this, Emma scoffed. Well, this is the only way I've got, Harriet snapped. She started to break down a little. I grew up an outcast. Parents didn't trust their kids with me because I was supposedly weird, not because I was autistic, because I was smart. Too smart for my own good, they said. I wasn't acting like any child. I knew stuff. I grew up without anyone other than my uncle, Emma. And you know, there's a part of everyone that craves acceptance. It's Mallow's hierarchy of needs. Look it up. No one is going to accept me the way I am. So, I have to make them. I need love too, Emma. Everyone does, or they'll go insane. A little late for that, Emma muttered. You'll regret saying that later, Harriet glared at her through tears. Imagine after all your life feeling alone, being told you would not be only loved, but worshipped like the queen you are. That's why I'm doing this, Emma. I don't need to justify my actions to you. You're a monster, Emma breathed, backing away from her. Am I? Or am I just the result of a bigger monstrosity? One that I can fix by doing this? Harriet countered. You're not fixing anything, Emma spat. You're just taking away free will, dehumanizing everyone. Free will is humanity's curse, she sighed. God gave Adam and Eve free will, and what did they do? They did the only thing they were told not to do. Eliminating free will eliminates every problem the world has ever faced. Free will is beautiful, Emma countered. Without it, musicals would never exist. Art would never exist. I'll admit some decent things have come of it, Harriet sighed. But now we'll have no free will and art. The world will be perfect. Harriet, it'll be perfect for you. But what about the rest of us? Emma asked. That's enough questions from you. Harriet rolled her eyes. It's time for my apotheosis. Bring me my catalyst children. Children? Emma cringed. Well, children of the hive. Harriet rolled her eyes. I know I'm changing that once I'm in charge. Harriet ripped off the headpiece and opened her jacket to expose her stomach as Paul and Ted brought a particularly bright piece of meteor right from its center to her. They're not gonna... Emma breathed hitched. Well, they are. Though I'm not a fan of their methods. Who am I to question the ways of alien nature? Harriet sighed. Do it, boys. Paul and Ted each grabbed one of Harriet's shoulders before forcing the chunk of meteor into Harriet's stomach. Harriet groaned, gritting her teeth, and fell to her knees, panting. She could feel the new matter, the unfamiliar substance coursing through her veins, pulsing through every inch of her. Her eyesight clouded for a moment before her eyes turned a bright teal. She started to smirk maliciously, proud of herself, before her face fell. No, Harriet breathed. Wait, no what? Emma edged. Is it not working the way you thought it was going to? Or am I screwed? I worked so hard, Harriet whimpered, tears starting to sob weakly. So fucking hard. I thought thought I'd be adored. Please just give me a chance to be adored. Wait, are you dying? Emma realized, a look of relief easing its way onto her face. Ha! Serves you fucking right. I left you, Harriet panted, groaning as if she were trying to hold on to something. Holding something off, even. Like a sister. Yeah, nice try. Emma rolled her eyes. Harriet looked up into her eyes. Truly this time, and blinked, her own eyes riddled with a world of pain. Emma, I'm sorry. Harriet croaked, her body racking before she collapsed. Emma blinked, generally not having accepted Harriet to accidentally or actually died, or after what just happened, to feel sorry for her. After a few seconds, Harriet's hand lifted slowly, her eyes glowing, a malicious grin plastered across her face. Emma's heartbeat picked up, and in that intense, she knew she was screwed. You lost. What the fuck? I did it! Harriet grinned maliciously. I have the power in this world. I am interdimensional. I am cosmic. And I'm here. Harriet, what the fuck is going on? Emma whimpered. Not Harriet. The not Harriet smirked. A blue tear rolled down her cheek despite the smirk, and a part of Emma wondered if maybe a part of Harriet was still there. Pokotho, but you could call me Pokey. What kind of fucking name is Pokotho? Emma whimpered, frightened. A name far too fucking complex for your tiny little barista brain to comprehend. Pokey scoffed, starting a roaring evil laugh. Let's just call me a god. Shit. I'm an atheist. Emma breathed shakily. And now that I'm here, well, your world is my playground. I can mold it to my will. Pokey sighed contentedly. It... and you... Not as long as I'm fucking alive, you can't. Emma spat, too scared to think about what she was saying. Oh, I'm a fucking cosmic deity. Pokey started to laugh again. You're adorable. You really are. I don't know how Harriet resisted you. She was aromantic. She never felt that way. Emma defended her. And it didn't make her any sort of freak before you go there. She was wonderful. She just confused and unloved. Harriet was a freak. I mean, look at what she did. What she thought was a good idea. Pokey chuckled lowly and maliciously. She's gone now, though. You'll thank me later. But, in her spirit, why don't I end this with a song? No. Emma's breathing hitched. Not again. No, please, God, not this again. This is the end, Emma. This is the end. How does it feel to know everything was fake? She wasn't your friend. You were never in love. People never cared because put those hormones in the air. That's right, Emma. No Paul, Emma. No Paul. The chorus backed her up. God damn it, Paul. Never even loved me? She asked. And I'm fucking dying in Hatchetfield? He wanted to hit that ass, but love? I think not. Pokey chuckled darkly. How does it feel, Emma? How does it feel to know not one single thing in your life has been real? And with that, the backing to Harriet's favorite number she'd envisioned, the only one she'd actually composed for the first musical playing. The number she'd envisioned to introduce Paul, the guy who didn't like musicals. Indeed, Pokey was going to go out on a melody of both musicals. Emma heard the citizens of Hatchetfield coming in on the ooze. That was Harriet's favorite part of the song. What shame it was that she wasn't alive to hear it. It's time to set the story straight. This is a story of love and hate. This war started long ago, a war that only few could know. But though the story might be wrong, each aspect was in my control. Oh yeah, so tonight we're gonna chronicle a story so astronomical, a last remaining story to tell. The chorus joined in. I'm sorry if you feel that she's betrayed you. Pokey transitioned into Tango Missing You. Or if any way I have dismayed you. But darling, can't you see, this is inevitable. You and me, right here, right now. Or are you that dull? Are you that dull? The chorus jumped in. We could have always ended up like this, Pokey sang with the chorus. I'm smart and therefore I made her perfect accomplice. You should have died before. She should have been alone to fight this war. But now she is through. It's over, the tango missing you. Harriet, Emma whimpered. Dear God, Harriet, please, if you're in there, stop this. Make it stop. What if I told you I made it, and hers was the life that I chose? Pokey smirked maliciously. You had better believe it, Emma, 'cause that's how the story goes. Poco, whatever your name is, and Emma begged, you don't have to fucking do this. It is time to die. Pokey belted, advancing towards Emma. Oh, God! Emma's eyes widened. It's time to interrupt, 'cause I got bones to pluck. The time for chaos is fast overdue. Pokey sang. Death isn't optional, right now it's optimal. Your time is up now, we come through you. The chorus sang. You know I could have always used a partner, Emma, Pokey told her. You've come so far, so unexpectedly, might I add. It seems a shame for you to become a drone in my hive. What? Emma asked through tear-filled eyes. I'm not Harriet, Emma, Pokey chuckled softly. I know about love. God, love is fucking wonderful. Not being alone is wonderful. That's why I've always stuck with my brothers until now. Perhaps you could help me so that I'm not so alone. You could be my queen. I can't. Emma's breathing hitched. I can't, you. I fucking can't, you fucking creep. You're enough for me. I know you're going through. And for right now, you're all I can see. And that's alright by me. Pokey sang softly. No, Emma shook her head. You stole my best friend's fucking body and you think we can just fucking skip off into the sunset together? You're delusional. Well, I gave you a chance to do it willingly, Pokey tutted. It's sad that you don't see it. This vision of mine. A world united in love for me. Whoa, 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 whoa. A chorus backed her up. America is great again, Pokey smirked. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The chorus backed her again. Pokey hadn't even noticed that all this time she had been doing choreo. She chuckled. We're great again. The answer has been found. We're great again. The answer has been found. Harry, please, Emma pleaded. You don't have to you don't have to do this. You don't have to let Pokey do this. Harriet is dead, Pokey growled lowly. She's gone. It's just me now. She put up a good fight, but she fight no more. Get that in your thick skull. You monster, Emma whimpered. Who else do you have to love you? Who else do you have to care? Who else has love to keep you happy when you're sad? Will anyone be there? Let me be the one to hold you when the night gets dark. Let me be the one to love you. Let me be the one who loves you. Pokey lolled, leaning in close and ripping Emma's headpiece off while she was caught off guard, smirking. We'll make it a show-stopping number, a real show-stopper, a show-stopping number, come on. Hell no, Emma groaned. Something to shock 'em, to bring them a-crawling, a big-time box office draw. Henry joined to harmonize with Pokey. We'll unify humanity in a thundering chorus. No exits from this. Coming for you. So fill up those tumblers. It's a show-stopping number. 4. The chorus came in. This is the end, Emma. This is the end. Pokey finished before grabbing Emma's face and kissing her passionately. Pokey could feel Emma struggling against her in the kiss at first, before melting into it. Then she began to puke her spores into Emma's mouth. Emma gagged on them a few times before swallowing, and Pokey smirked into the kiss, continuing until she was satisfied that Emma was one of her drones. She pulled away and watched Emma collapse to the ground. One final apotheosis. Welcome to the hive, my queen. Yay! The chorus cheered. Harriet started to chuckle darkly. Look at me now, Wiggly. All you wanted and more. Pokey smirked as Emma got up, eyes bright blue. Welcome to my world. Holy shit, can I just take a moment to talk about the fic for a second? I know I don't usually talk about the fic too much after I, read one, but, I'm sorry, I have to with this. Also, I skipped it, I went to the next chapter thinking there was one more chapter, and, nope, the final chapter is the freaking original music from this fic. I've been making up as I go and hoping that it sounds nice, and that, I was getting the reference to whatever the author was referencing to, but there's a folder. I know I shouldn't be shocked because I should probably look through fics before I read them, but what I usually do is I look at recommendations and what looks interesting. I read the first, chapter to 3 chapters, depending on how long the chapters are. For this one, I read the first 2 chapters, and I'm like, oh, this is dope-alicious, and I'm like, oh, okay, I should ask the author if I could read it. I didn't know the final chapter was what was the original music. You know, for pulling this music out of my freaking ass, I think I did pretty well. So, with that ending, with the ending of this fic, that plot twist, the plot twist that Harriet was like, oh my god, this whole time, I would have to pause the fic and fangirl. And, I'm sorry, I lost what I was saying. I'd have to pause the fic and fangirl because Harriet has been my favorite OC for quite a second now. And then I found, I don't think I like Twisted Harriet. I liked it better when we didn't know what her definition of saving the world was. Holy shit, she really is like her uncle, isn't she? Holy shit, she know... Oh my god. Yeah, but, there's a part of me, I don't even know what to think at this point. That was such a twist ending. So, I really wanted everything to be happily ever after. As much as I really, really, really wanted that, it's this is the guy who didn't like musicals fic. What the guy who didn't like musical story ends on a completely happy ending. That's not how this works. And And so, I was halfway expecting it to be something, cruel. I would imagine, Harry would, sacrifice herself for Emma, or, the two of them would sacrifice themselves for the rest of humanity. But, I wouldn't have, did the plot twist of, Harriet being the villain. Well, it depends what aspect you look at it from, but, villain. Holy schmack. And she had the antidote since, the moment she had, before the meteor even came down, she had it. And, this whole apotheosis, not apotheosis, but, this whole thing with the meteor is just a rivalry against Wiggly. Holy heck. Holy heck. And, the author has mentioned at the end of the final chapter that we'd be getting more with Harriet. I cannot guarantee that I will, or will even be able to, read the fics on this series, but, I can't wait to read that, unless it's already out. I mean, I don't know when this fic was published. I'm guessing at least somewhere after February. I mean, it says Happy Valentine's Day in the update, so I'm guessing the last update was on Valentine's Day. I'm very much guessing. This is a rough estimate. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Please give the author a follow. The author is amazing. Please fangirl about this in the comments below. I cannot be the only one that had to pause 15,000 times just to walk around my room anxiously and scream. Please tell me I'm not the only one that had to do that. Yes, but if you look in the description below, you'll find the links to all my social medias, including TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Wattpad, Tumblr, things like that, in that nature. You'll also find a link to my second channel. It's my YouTube live channel where I go live occasionally, depending if I want to. It's been pretty tired lately, so I haven't been able to, but I'll get around to it eventually, I swear. There's also a link to recommend what fics I should read. I would like to preface this by saying you do not have to be the one that writes the fic. I just want a general recommendation to know what the general public wants from my fic reading. Once again, I please encourage you to check out the author of this fic. They are amazing and very wonderful with words. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for next week's Wattpad Read Aloud. I don't know what I'm reading, but yes. Do your best.